Well, I'm with the Chief Minister. This one's being recorded in January for use in February because of scheduling difficulties. I won't be able to see you.
You're off on another bloody jolly, Moulton, aren't you? That's what it is.
I'm allowed a holiday. I can't believe this.
We'll edit that one, don't worry.
No, we're not. I'm leaving everything in. I know you're not going to be able to say much about it, but I wanted to do a bit about the budget because obviously you've got to make the books balance. I say you, Mr. Cannon, and the thing. You've got to overspend in health and all these things, but they found the money this time magically. What is the state of Isle of Man PLC as you go into this? Maybe, without giving anything away, are you expecting it to be a good or bad outcome for the general public?
Right, well, I'm sure Alf and the team will come up with a good budget for the people of the Isle of Man, and we're in a strong position. I mean, there was a 10-year plan when we had the re-evaluation of the VAT agreement, shall we say, and we lost a considerable amount of money. That's one of the reasons I stood to go into politics, was to help get the economy balanced so that the next generation would inherit a load of debt. And the policy of this government is, if you look at three accounts, you've got revenue account, you've got the capital account and the public sector pensions account. And the revenue account is balanced now. We hope to have a modest surplus, but we still have to have a deficit in the capital and the public sector pensions now. As government we're working, we've worked with the unions and are going forward. It's more sustainable. The staff are paying more into their pension pot and they're getting less out of it.
And working longer and all that.
Yeah, but it's the damage, you could say, was done with the historic liabilities, and that's the next thing where we need to look at how we're going to tackle those problems. But we are, I think it's common knowledge that we've got 500 more people paying tax and NI than this time last year, and therefore that's going to help.
E-gaming, no doubt?
Well, the economy is doing well at this moment in time. E-business sector is about 30% of the economy.
But house prices aren't particularly going... I mean, that's always a sign of things, surely.
Well,
are we still in the doldrums? I haven't checked this week, but...
I would disagree with that. Okay. I've got a friend who's just sold their house that had been on the market for a while. Yeah. And going from Crosby into Douglas, some of the houses, nearly every house I've passed is now sold.
Right.
So if you speak to, up to a certain value, the house prices are... I
mean, that's a feel-good factor, isn't it? When people know the houses are worth what they bought or more.
But the feel-good factor also, Paul, is evidence, is the number of new hotels that are being proposed. Mm-hmm. I know of 5 either brand new hotels or major works being done to them. That's happening now. We all know about the ones being started at the back of Marks and Spencer's.
Matt Murray's coming online soon.
Matt Murray. We've got Ramsey Park Hotel has had about 30 extra beds or something work going on there. Okay, and I will be announcing at the end of this month a major redevelopment in
January or February, because we're recording this.
End of January.
Oh right, so it'll be out by the time you see this video, right? Okay, never mind. I don't know what it is. But some more good news. I mean, and
that's people having businesses having the confidence to invest in bricks and mortar on the Isle of Man, and not a few 100,000 multi-million-pound projects. So,
and you, again, we record this in January. You were at Zurich yesterday, and I was doing something there. I mean, that's a pretty amazing building.
It is a very impressive, and that's a good commitment.
And that's why I kept asking the CEO. You're showing commitment to the Isle of Man, and he seemed very positive. And yet other people might think, finance business is all over now. Well,
I've spoken to the banking sector, and 2 of the big 5 have told me that they're looking to increase their staff numbers on the Isle of Man by 50 to 100. So
but we have taken the hits in that sector.
Well, we have taken the hits, but it's now nice to see that we're starting to grow again.
So back to where I'm going. Do you think there's a feel-good factor to the budget? I mean, not the budget, but just to life in the Isle of Man PLC?
Well, I'm optimistic that we are turning the corner, but you can't say, everything's hunky-dory rosy. It was always a 10-year plan, and we're on track to... We've got the revenue account balanced now. We're on track to have a fully balanced economy going forward. We've tackled the big issues of public sector pensions. We've worked on state pensions to ensure that my children and the next and their grandchildren, all our young people, will have a good future for the Isle of Man.
Do you ever see tax going up, though? Do you mean it's like to deal with the health service and all these things? Do you ever, in your tenure, imagine a penny on
well,
you
can never say never, I think.
No,
well, that's why we're having this review of the funding for health and social care. We'll have to decide. But at the end,
will we stay a low tax jurisdiction?
We've got to, I believe. Okay. We have our USP, unique selling point, is tax efficiency. And that's why we have 0.8 unemployment, negative effectively, unemployment rate on the Isle of Man, because we are tax efficient. If we didn't have that, we wouldn't have the businesses here for the employment.
You chat to the other Crown dependencies. Do you ever see them all three getting together to say, right, we're going to step it up by a penny all together? Because that's the danger. If you go a penny more or whatever, you can lose all the business. I mean, a cartel of Crown dependencies, maybe.
That sounds very good. It sounds like an oil cartel.
Yeah.
Obviously, well, we're independent from what we work together when it's necessary and it's right that we should do as Crown dependencies. But no, when it comes to setting our own rates of tax and everything, I mean, 0.10 I'm sure will be looked at in the future. I can't say it definitely will change. I can't say it definitely won't. You've got to keep on reevaluating all the
and you want everyone to fill out those forms, don't you, for the VAT thing. That's very important that you get the VAT kept at the levels.
It's correct. Yeah, I mean we've got this new deal, and it is based now on the actual amount of VAT we actually spend, and we have the people of the Isle of Man earn more than the UK, and therefore our tax take per capita will be higher than the UK. But we need to evidence that. So when if you buy something in the UK online, which we have to, sadly, we want everyone to buy as much local as possible, but there will be things that people need to buy off.
And that's what you need to flag.
That's why we need to flag that VAT we can claim back.
You can get it, okay.
Yeah, and that's why these surveys are so important, that people really do that. And we're
good times ahead with the VAT, is it? I mean, you're happy with the levels and...
Well, we've got growth in VAT receipts. Long may it continue.
Some of Jersey and Guernsey haven't got, of course.
Yeah, but...
In the same way.
Well, I'm sure they would. They've got their... GST or whatever.
It's at 5%, I think.
Yeah, but it is... As I say, everything's on course at this moment in time. I'm sure the Treasury Minister will give a really good budget, but so far so good. The population is now growing again, working population is up, new hotels.
As I said, we'll finish by saying we record this in January, so goodness knows by February what's happened. But,
touch wood.
Thanks for talking to us anyway.
Yeah,
nice to see you. We'll do this more
problem.
often again.
Yeah.